Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I need to get ready. I am so excited to use this. I haven't played with it on the eyes yet, but it's the Danessa Myricks Lightworks V, the I Am palette. I did something the other day that really I hadn't done in a while, and I forgot how beautiful it looks. And I'm just going to start by putting some of the Auric Glow Lust on my face. So I already have my sunscreen on, all my skincare. And this is something that I just kind of put like a layer everywhere over my skin. Something interesting happened. My local Ulta, this might be happening at your Ulta as well. My Ulta used to have like a huge, like the entire section in the drugstore area of Makeup Revolution. You used to be able to get all of the palettes, they had all of the colors, all of the stuff. It was like an entire aisle, one side of an entire aisle. And now they're down to like two little bays. Now they're carrying like all the e.l.f. stuff. So I'd only ever seen this online. Nobody locally carried it at Walmart or at Rite Aid or CVS. So this is the Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener. Okay, so I've used it once, but this is the light shade. It has kind of like a sheer texture to it. It is a little bit hydrating. You can see the shine on there. But this is one of those things that makes a huge difference if I use like a corrector under the eye. I don't want to wear too much coverage on the face today if I can get away with it. We'll see. Because I did want to try the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I've been using it on and off, and the truth is it's not my favorite. And I don't know whether it's just because it's January and my skin is still like, you're in the middle of winter, nothing looks good. Or whether it's this formula in particular. I'm going to use the smallest amount of this. I kind of just want to here and there where I need it. So I have like half a pump right here. I want to use the least. I'm kind of just spreading it in with my fingers right now. I know that seems kind of strange. I will go in and probably finish it with like a brush, but I don't want the brush to soak up too much of this coverage because it's literally half a pump. And I want it to do its job. Okay, now that I kind of have it where I want it, I'm just gonna take my Merit #1 brush. I love this brush. I used to be a huge like ride or die for the IT Cosmetics Love is the Foundation brush, the one that came out once a year that was heart-shaped with the pink handle for breast cancer, research. Great, and it's a really good foundation brush, and I do think that IT Cosmetics makes great foundation brushes, but the minute I got one of these, I like it so much, and I like it so much that I have two. This one needs to be washed desperately. They both need to be washed, but that one is like, you use me again, it's a sin against humanity. If nothing else, a sin against your skin. All right, I like the way my skin looks. It doesn't look too heavy. It looks kind of skin-like. I am gonna go in with this Dermacare full coverage concealer, and I am like putting this small, you can see the smallest amount. I do need like a little brightening over here. What I don't want is too much, because this can get to be a lot really quick. Well, I hope you're doing well. I have been kind of having fun mixing high-end luxury even with my drugstore stuff, because like I put on 2 e.l.f. things and then I'm like, time for some Dermablend, and I've got some other things out here which are definitely a little more on the expensive side. That's okay. I know that I'm not the only one who does that, and for me it just comes down to I have a lot of stuff that I need to try and report back to you on. I need to do another makeup update soon. And if you're not familiar with it, makeup updates is kind of like where I come back and I give you like a full-on review on products I've been trying. And I make a list. Last year, I didn't think I had purchased so much until I came to the end of the year, and my list was like almost 450 products, things that I had tried, and not just things that I had purchased, because there's a lot of things that I repurchased throughout the year, like a sunscreen or certain types of skincare or hair products. Those don't make the list. These are just new things that I've tried. Sometimes it's new skincare, sometimes it's new body care, but a lot of times, oh, forgot about this guy. A lot of times it's makeup. And so I started making a list of new products that I'm trying for 2024. There's so many lipsticks on there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have been buying lipsticks left, right, and center. What I may not have mentioned is that I started buying luxury lipsticks in October. You know, a few here, a few there, and I just put them aside like in a little acrylic bin, like waiting. Because my goal was to accrue a whole bunch of different types, and I kind of feel like maybe I should have been trying them as we went along so that I could, you know, start this luxury lipstick series sooner than I'm planning on. But I wanted to kind of do like a huge video where I'm trying on all of these things. And I do have that. I'll link it for you here in the description box down below. But it was really fun. But now I have like almost 30 new lipsticks staring me in the face. And as a lipstick addict, it makes my heart happy. And then as a realist, I'm like, lipsticks. Like I couldn't get through 30 lipsticks in a year by myself. Now, thankfully I have 2 kids. My youngest turns 14 in March, and our family rule was no makeup till 14. So Lily is going to finally be able to wear mascara and eyeliner, and Lily's like, that's all I want. I just want a mascara and eyeliner. And I'm just like, help me with the lipsticks, guys. Like I can't do it by myself. All right, so I'm gonna set my face. And I have the new portrait mode from M Cosmetics. I'm gonna clean this because I already glued it up with my fingers, but I love the packaging. Look how pretty it is. Oh my goodness. So it's a beautiful compact. This is their new translucent setting powder. And look how teeny tiny and skinny the puff is. The puff is so small. I don't know whether I should try setting my under eye with this, but let's give it a go. All right, I don't want to pick up too much. I think the whole idea is this puff is designed to make sure you don't get too much. I feel like I hardly have any. I'm just gonna pat it on under here. I don't think I want to set too much right now. I might come back and set more later, but usually for me, it's like right in through here. Definitely my forehead, so I don't have anything settling into my forehead lines. It feels kind of lightweight. I feel like I can hardly see it, and maybe that's a good thing, but you can definitely, I feel like maybe this puff picked up, because this is not that color, this might be picking up some of the foundation or concealer that I have, which means this is probably going to get dirty really quick. And I'm hoping that the oils in this puff, because it's sitting on top of this, doesn't create hard pan, but we'll have to see. But I'm sure that this is made kind of to work along with their cushion foundation, and their cushion foundation is super dewy, super dewy. Let me throw some eyebrows on real quick and I'll be right back. Before I get going on the eye look, I'm kind of trying to decide which one of these like multi-chromes I'm wanting to use, but they're so pretty. Oh my goodness, they're stunning. And I'm gonna keep kind of to the warmer ones today since I'm wearing gold jewelry and all black. But I probably could wear anything. I am gonna start with Danessa's Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette. I really like this palette. You can see it. I've been in mine a lot. Been using it a ton. I'm just gonna use like this neutral brown powder right here to put something in the crease. I've been mentioning earlier this month how cold it has been here. Now it's starting to warm up. We have temperatures in the 30s. Earlier this week, we had temperatures at like 39, 40, and I was like, wait, what? Because like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, we were like in the negatives. It's really very changeable where I live. And I guess the good part of that is that you get like it feels like winter, and then it's like, okay, I'm done with the snow, and 2 weeks later, it's melted. That's usually how it goes. It's not like living in Michigan. I used to live in Michigan. And we used to get lake effect snow because we live 15 miles from Lake Michigan. And my husband and I used to have to shovel to get out of the driveway in the morning and then shovel to get back in the driveway at the end of the day. It was so much snow. And that was before we had like a snow blower. My husband finally got a snow blower. He's like, I'm getting older and the kids are growing up and they don't have time to help because they've got homework and other things to do. So he's like, I'm gonna help my back out, because he used to do it by hand. And I was like, boy, that's dedication. And I used to help too, but you know, my health isn't always 100%. So he's like, no, you stay inside, I'll do it. So he's been doing the bulk of it himself, and I'm glad he finally got a snowblower. But the nice part is, where we live in Washington State, we do get the snow and we do get the ice, but it doesn't stay forever. That's the good part. Just enough so that my kids, ooh, So my kids will learn how to drive in snow, and that's important. I'm just throwing stuff left, right, and center. By the way, I really do love these What's Up Beauty brushes. This is the R104. It's so big and fluffy. It's natural goat hair. Oh, it's fabulous. I'm gonna pick up a darker shade and go in with a slightly smaller brush. If you're curious, this is a Sonia G Crease one. And I'm just gonna hit like this outside corner here and like take it into the crease a little bit lower than that other color that's just a little bit lighter. I'm gonna dip into this shade right here called Fearless. It has a really pretty kind of green, pinky flip to it. I'm picking it up on kind of like a little flat brush here, packing brush. This is the rougher 21 brush. I didn't think about this, should have put down some glitter glue. Well, I guess I'm gonna see how these wear today on a bare lid. Because you know me and my forgetfulness to put down an eye primer. I guess I get what I get. Oh my goodness, this color is so pretty. You know what's great? I don't think I have a single bit of fallout. And I don't know if that's the brush or the formula. Like, I'm super impressed. It is kind of like a sheer, oh, my hair is crazy, sorry. I do feel like it's like a really pretty sheer mix on my lids. It's not too heavy. You can still see kind of like that darker crease work I did on the outside. I'm gonna go back into the Groundwork palette with a smaller brush. I'm gonna use a little teeny tiny pencil brush like this, and I'm gonna dip into the black velvet pomade. Oh, look at that. And I think what I'm gonna do is kind of give myself a little depth along the lash line with this. Make sure to really shove it into my lashes. That's the one thing I really like about these velvet pomades, is because you can use it in multiple ways. This way, if I were to do this with the powder, I would have black fallout everywhere, and what I want is just a little bit of darkness and smudginess, but not too much. So I can start with this and give myself just a little bit of lash definition. Then I'm going to take an even smaller brush. This one here is the BK208. I'm going to go back into that velvet pomade, load a little bit of it on my brush, and really kind of like see if I can get into the center with a little bit more precision. Since I use the velvet pomade kind of as liner, I always, if I use it as liner, always set it with something. So today I'm gonna set it with the contrasting color here to Fearless. This is what I used on my lid. And I'm assuming because they're kind of like in a duo, they're kind of meant to go together. And this one is like really bright and bronze, and also kind of a little burgundy. It's got a really interesting flip to it. And then I'm just gonna kind of stamp over the top of this. Maybe this isn't the brush to do it with, I don't know. No, not this brush. This is not exactly what I had envisioned, but I do like that I have this contrasting color like right along my lash line. I need to use different tools, and I don't really know how a formula works until I start playing with it. And so many of my brushes need to be washed. They're all just sitting here, and I'm like, oh, I don't have the ones I think would work well for this. Because normally I would take something that was like a stiff liner brush and just kind of pick it up that way and press it on top of this line. But I was using something that was, you know, like a little bit different, and then this wasn't picking it up, so I switched to this, and this picked it up. But okay, long story short, this is kind of the idea of what I was going for, but not exactly. Here's where I'm going to throw on some mascara. I finished my bottom lash line with a little bit of the matte powders from the other Groundwork palette, and I'll be right back. So before I put on any cheek products, I want to see if I can pull off this bright lipstick with this eye look. This is one from Carolina Herrera. I've never tried this brand. Somebody recommended it to me in the comment section. And this is very much like the Guerlain lipsticks, where you have to buy the cap separately from the lipstick. A lot of people are doing that. You can get a whole bunch of different ones. It's got the Carolina Herrera red on the inside and the lipstick itself. But this just feels so much less substantial than the other ones. All right, so this is one I have to try. This is the shade Carolina. has a very slight floral scent to it. I think I might be able to pull this off if I have the right cheap products. Let me think about that. I'm gonna take a lip pencil, one that is not like perfectly sharpened at this point. I want something that's slightly rounded at the edges to just perfect the outer lip line. And if you're curious, this is one from Charlotte Tilbury. All right, I feel like this is gonna work, but only if I get the blush just right. Okay, I'm gonna start with a little bit of bronzer. I feel like at a moment like this, I need something that's gonna be just a little bit and not too much. So the Gucci bronzer is the first thing I think of. And I don't want too much on there. And who knows, it might be just a bronzer only kind of day. Because I want some warmth to go with the warm lipstick and the warm eye look, but I don't want it to be too much. This is not the sort of look that I would, you know, contour for, because I feel like if I were to contour, it would be, you know, bright lip, bold eye, like deep contour. I want it to look a little bit less. Remember how I said earlier I didn't want it to be too much? This is what happens every time I sit down at my vanity. Every single time I start pulling out like all of my like, ooh, I want to try this. Ooh, this looks fun. What happens if we do these things together? And I think what it is that most days, if I'm not filming, it takes me 5, maybe 7 minutes to throw on a little bit of, you know, concealer, corrector, whisper of mascara, brows, and a lipstick. And I am out the door. And usually whatever's here gets tapped on here for color because I'm busy, I gotta go. But the days that I have a chance to sit down and film, oh my goodness, it's like all the toys come out. See how much better this looks? I needed something that was warm but not orange. And I feel like this works really well. This might actually be all I need for blush. So let me throw a little highlight on. I think I'm gonna use the RMS highlight. This is a Prosecco Fizz. I want just a little bit of glow, but I don't want it to be too much. And as far as powders go, I feel like this is a good one for, you know, over my areas where, you know, I do have some laugh lines and some crow's feet, and I don't ever want this to accentuate that. And that's what I really like about this formula. I think I'm gonna leave it here. I can't believe I'm not wearing any actual blush, but that's what's so great about the Gucci bronzer. I like that it has just a little hint of pink in it, and I feel like it really does make me look like I have just enough color without too much. Oh, I don't want to have any of those Danessa Myricks like multi-chrome flakes on my sweater. I don't know that they would come out until it got washed and it's cashmere, and I don't have to worry about that. You know what though? I did not really think that this kind of bolder eye, for me, I know you're probably going, that's not bold, but for me, this bolder eye look with these multi-chromes was going to mean I needed kind of like a matte, but also a really light lip, like the shade in Tiepolo from Prada. But I kind of like it with this bright red lip. And this is interesting. It has a very soft feel. It feels like the Velvet formula from Dior. It feels a little, not exactly, but it has kind of a similar feel to the Velvet formula from Tom Ford. As well. Like I've been trying a lot of velvet lipstick formulas, and this isn't quite powdery or too silicone-y, but it does have kind of like a nice kind of feel on the lips. This feels really cushiony and even like slightly moisturizing. So we'll see how it wears, but it's expensive. Here's what's funny is I didn't know this. I've just started looking into this brand. I know that there's been a lot of fragrance from this brand for a long time. I think they just kind of recently started doing makeup, but they're selling you all the charms and accoutrement for your, they have like a little tassel that attaches magnetically down here that's probably like this long, and it comes in like 8 or 10 shades. This is supposed to go through a big gold key ring. But I would worry that if this was on my key ring, the snap closure here, it's not magnetic, and the snap is not too, I don't know. And then they have like little charms that you can put on the key ring, flowers and, you know, enameled bugs, and it's cute and all, but everything is like $20 for this, $18 for that, and you're already paying for the case and the lipstick. This together right here, this alone was $55. And I want to know whether it's worth it. I feel like there's better packaging out there. This isn't bad, but it doesn't feel like a $55 lipstick because this feels kind of thin and chintzy. but we'll see. This was fun. I think this is great. I'm gonna take this with me today because I feel like I might need, I don't feel like I have too much like coming up on my nose, but it's usually right in through here. So I'm gonna give myself just a little bit extra where all the makeup just kind of gravitates towards my forehead lines. And I feel like it doesn't look bad under the eye. I'm kind of doing this to, this poor little puff here, to clean up some of this under eye area with the brushes. I did have just a touch of fallout because I wasn't using the right brushes. But I think overall it looks pretty good. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna link everything I used in the description box down below. Just remember they're affiliate links. You don't have to use them, but if you do, it does help to support my channel. And I really appreciate that. But I'm really curious to see how this eye wears because I didn't put down any of this. I didn't use any primer. It went on my bare eyelid. I'm lazy. We'll just say that. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope the rest of your January is going really, really well. And I'm excited to think about what's going to be in my January favorites. I love doing monthly favorites. Have a fantastic day and I will see you again soon.